Welcome back to the Japfest podcast. I'm Paul.
And I'm Elliot.
What are we going to be talking about today, Elliot?
Well, in the light of the upcoming year at Japfest, I thought it would be best to discuss the rivalry between the WRX and the Evo.
Some people say they're practically the same car.
Well, that would be sacrilege, but personally, I disagree.
Believe it or not, both these cars debuted in '92.
Yeah, which one do you prefer?
I mean, personally for me, the Impreza, just because it's such an icon. And Colin McRae, obviously everyone knows for rallying. There's video games that have been put out on Colin McRae.
Yeah, very true.
For me, it would be Colin.
Yeah, it's a good choice, but it's wrong.
Why is that,
I'm afraid. Because the Evo is iconic. Look at the design. Look, coming from every model up to now, well, obviously, as we know, it's been discontinued now. But, well, maybe not forever. Hopefully not forever. But
hopefully not. It's a good car, but, I mean, I don't think you can compare it to something that Colin raced.
Just look at the styling, though. You cannot argue the Evo looks way better.
Maybe, but performance-wise, how does it compare?
Well, that's the question. That is the question.
Australia's #1 getaway car was the Impreza, remember?
Well, that is very true. As we know, the Evo descended from the Lancer, which didn't quite have the performance, but what was born out of it was a beast. Obviously, in its heyday, the 4G63 engine seems to be one of the best engines ever made. No one can argue that. Seen alongside the great 2JZs and S52s. That's why we've seen some Evos capable of pushing well over 200 miles an hour, the true sleeper of its day.
I mean, I've seen 2JZ engines put in all sorts of things, and they've been going well over 200 mile an hour.
That was very
Down
true.
country roads.
Very
it's
true.
Absolutely impeccable.
The ultimate sleeper, one could argue.
Absolutely. 5 Series BMW, whatever you want, you could put them in.
Whatever you want. The police will never catch you in one of those bad boys. Either way, both of these cars have created such a cult following that we are still talking about them to this day. So that is why we've made this episode iconic. We've got to bring them up. Okay. Yeah, personally for me, it's the Evo.
I mean, a Honda
tough,
Civic Type R does hold up on the track, but does that mean it's a great car?
Undoubtedly, it's a great car. I think, well, until recently, one of the fastest cars around the Nürburgring. Front-wheel drive cars, anyway. Great car, but completely different category. Uncomparable. Maybe a future classic, but doesn't quite have the provenance to compete with with Evos and the Scoobies.
Honda, then again, fantastic Japanese made.
Exactly.
Well.
Yeah. Undoubtedly. From bikes to, well, from everything. They do everything, don't they? What does Honda not produce? But
James May's favourite car, Honda Jazz.
Yeah, famously. Then superseded by the Dacia Sandero.
Indeed. Which is pretty poor.
Yeah, pretty poor.
I'd also like to mention that the Impreza engine is one of the hardest engines to work on in terms of a car engine.
However, because of its shape, it has been known to fit into a lot of vintage cars, well, particularly the VW Bug, which make it amazing for modern retro sort of reintegration systems, rapid cars, flying down the dunes.
I thought we were talking about the car here.
Well, as you know, the engine is the heart of the car.
So let's hear it. Don't sit on the fence.
Well, I feel like, as I said earlier, if I had to make a choice, it would definitely have to be the Evo, just because of the styling. The styling is uncomparable.
Don't you just think that those blue and yellow colours are absolutely iconic of Colin McRae back in the day?
Well, yeah, but I think they were inspired by a cigarette advert back in the day.
Maybe not. Colin McRae, that's how we remember him.
Indeed.
Everyone always will do.
Yeah, no, as I said, iconic, but maybe inspired by the wrong reasons, we'll say. But there will be a poll on our website if you do want to get some input, because as you know, we love to hear your feedback. And although it's Evo, comment, help, like, subscribe, get it out there.
Thanks for listening. I hope you're listening next time. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. JDM Podcast 2021. Let's go.